All right, everybody, let's check out the stock market for today. The S&P 500 futures. Should I talk about burn? Should we talk about it's all going to crash? Nah, we're just going to keep it real today, okay? S&P 500 / ES. This is for real people who want to potentially figure out how to mature as traders, investors, and profit from trading and the marketplace, whether that's stocks, whether that's futures. We cover mostly futures here, but occasionally I might cover stocks too. Cover grains, okay, cattle, crude oil, all right. Cover gold. So I cover a lot of different products. You can watch the videos, all right. I don't get on here and say, look in front of you right now, the membership for $5.95. Okay, really good deal. What you're not going to see is $300 for a video and I'll teach you how to trade. No, I make it $5.95 so it's affordable for everybody. That's why I do that. I've had a lot of premium members already sign up. Okay? And no, I don't give financial advice. Okay? And I don't advise them in any way. It's completely educational. But what they do is they take those videos that I put out, okay, the premium members for $5.95, and I put out videos every day for the premium members. Okay? And they use those videos and they get what they can out of those videos and they apply it to their own trading strategies, and some of them make a lot of money, okay? I've had many members already tell me that they basically have made some thousands, some have made hundreds, okay? And they've already paid for years worth of subscriptions, okay, for the premium membership. So take advantage of it while you can, all right? That's why I make it $5.95, everybody. So I'm not ripping anybody off, and they can feel confident about paying for the membership every month. Okay, you're even going to get trade alerts if I really honestly feel like there's a good trade coming up. Again, educational only, okay? But if I feel like there's a good trade, then I'll put out a video for trade alerts for the premium members. Okay? Not that long ago, I'll put out maybe like a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I put out a wheat alert. I had several members make over $1,000 on the trade alert. Now I ask you, does that pay for the $5.95? Okay. So take advantage of it, because on this channel, I just keep it real, right? I don't tell you $300 or $500 for some trading program that you know isn't going to work. All right, okay, let's get back to the video. So if you want to trade the ES, that's the larger of the two contracts, but I like to trade the MES when I do trade the S&P 500 because it's much more affordable, okay? Let's take a look and see what happened today. Okay, this is for November 18th, 2021. December 2021 contracts, which, remember, those contracts, these are futures contracts, not options. They expire in the middle of December, so be aware of that. I think it's the middle, or maybe it's the third week of December. You need to go to the CME site, okay? Type in your favorite search engine, CME, and just put CME space ES, okay? And then hit enter, and you'll see a link to the CME site. Go there, check out the specifications and the calendars, so you know when things expire, okay? The price today was pretty close to all-time high, 47.05 and a quarter at the close. All right. You can see we've been trading pretty close to the all-time high here for like the last week and a half, 2 weeks. On the daily chart, we got pretty good amplitude. What am I talking about? I'm talking about that right down there, 3.64. Okay. Now, on the Big Daddy forecast, we don't have any extraordinary number like we did back here, right? That number back there was pretty high. I think it was like 435. Okay, so right now we're up 345. Nothing to be too concerned about. Obviously, we had a little decline in price, and now we've got this rebound going on, right? You can even see it in the price action, right? The price action came down. Now it's rebounding. Well above the 50-day moving average, okay? So let's take a look at this daily cycle, okay? Let me just zoom in a little bit here. I want everybody to get this, okay? If you're not familiar with, I don't always talk about the cycle analysis part, but I'm going to talk about it in this video. Okay, you're going to hear me talk a lot about the distance from the 50-day moving average, or it might be if we're looking at the weekly chart, which we will in a moment, or the monthly chart, we're going to look at that too. Okay, I'll talk a lot about where's it at in comparison to the 50 moving average. In this case, we're talking about a 50-day moving average, which is way down here. Okay, but I also want to talk about the cycles. Okay, if you're not familiar with cycle analysis, there's two cycles here, okay? There's a big green one, which is a daily cycle, and you'll see this yellow one It's also a daily cycle, so why do I have two of them? I don't normally have two. I'm going to explain that to you. Because we don't know for 100% certainty where was the anchor on the beginning of the previous cycle. Okay, I'm talking about this cycle right here. We don't know if that anchor was here or here. Okay? So we're going to wait to see where this I have a feeling that this is pretty much the cycle low, for regardless of whether it's the bigger of the two, the green one, or the yellow one. Pretty certain that's the cycle low right there, okay? So that cycle low, if everybody wants to know when that was November 11th. They're both on November 11th, okay? Regardless of which of these two cycles we're talking about. All right? So for those that don't understand what the heck are these green arcs and what is cycle analysis, just briefly, because it's a very in-depth subject matter, but just to keep this super simple for everybody, wherever we see two cycles come together like we do right here, you tend to get a price low, okay? See the two cycles came down right there, right? The cycle's coming down like that, the new one goes up, you tend to see a price low, right? There's a price low right there that lines up with it, okay? So like I said, not 100% certain if this is the cycle low for the previous cycle or it's here. It's one of those two. Either way, it looks like to me, regardless of whether it's the green one or the yellow one, they both look like they ended right here, okay? So now we started this new cycle. They both started at the same time. We just don't know if it's going to end there, which I think is like July 14th, if I remember right. Yep, December 14th. Or is it going to be December 23rd? So that's what we're going to wait to see what happens. Okay, between now and then, prices could go to the all-time new high for sure, easily. As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit, okay? So we'll wait to see what that is. Just be aware. See, to me, it just for a second, before we move on to the weekly and monthly charts, to me it looks like the price is stalled right here, right? There's a little stall right there. See it? And those two green candlesticks. That tends to happen, not always, but tends to happen during at the middle of a cycle. Okay, so my instincts tell me that the shorter of these two cycles, this one, is the one that's in play. Okay, and that cycle is, let me just look to see how many days it is. 23 days, 23 trading days. Okay, so if that's true, then we're still at the beginning of this new cycle. We're like right here. So keep that in mind, that as we move, it could continue to move up. As we get towards the middle of this cycle, maybe somewhere like right around there, which, what day would that be? Kind of like the very end of November, guys and gals, or the very beginning of December, somewhere in there. We're going to see what the price does, right? Does it begin to roll over? If it does, then we can have a little bit more confidence, okay, that it's the smaller of the two cycles. There's a lot of other factors in cycle analysis. There's left-hand translations and right-hand translations and ideal cycles, and I could go on, but we're just going to leave it there for now. So just be aware that the cycles for now, until we see how it comes down, we're not 100% sure which of these two cycles it is, okay? But as I see the price action develop over the next few weeks, we'll begin to zero in on where the cycles are really developing, okay? Okay, let's look at the weekly chart. Okay. So this looks really strong to me. Obviously, about a week and a half ago, we had a bounce off the 50, even though it didn't come all the way down, touch the 50 on the weekly chart. It still was a bounce, right? You can see it easily. There was one here, there was one here, even though it's really far away, or really maybe it's more like that one, okay? They're not true bounces in the sense that they came down and touched, but we can see that the price declined, right? This one was about as true as a bounce we could get in the last, better part of a year. Not quite a year, whatever, 8, 9, 10 months. Okay, there was one here and here. Okay, but it's been quite a while. So July to July, yeah, more than a year. This is like the last time it happened. More than a year. It's been about a full year before we had a true bounce come down and touch. Okay, so to me, even though that candlestick right there, and so far this one this week right there, they do look very weak to me, okay? They look very small. One was a doji last week, and this week we got this small little candlestick going on, okay? And we do have some very toppy looking indicators going on here. The SMI is kind of just flattened out. I'm sorry, the MACD is kind of flattened out, okay, on the weekly chart. Okay, so I do think that these signals right here potentially are in play. Those are simply signals that tell us be careful. There could be pullbacks. You know, I've talked about this before. When we come out of recent lows like this, then those first few dots are usually just false flags. Okay, but this one here and this one here, they could be legit. Okay, and the fact that we've got these small candlesticks, something definitely to watch. But I'm not thoroughly convinced yet that we're going to get a pullback. Because you want to know why? I'm going to keep this real simple. We don't have any red candlesticks. We're going to keep it real simple. There's indications that there could be a pullback, but on the weekly, we just don't have any red candlesticks. And until we get those guys and gals, okay, we're not going to go into freak out mode and claim that the sky is going to fall and put out my latest fire, fire, fire. Oh, watch it. The world is doomed video. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like all these other YouTubers that put out their videos about how the sky is going to fall every single day. You know, give me a break. There are some blue skies and sunny days out there. Thank God, right? All right, let's look at the monthly chart here. Monthly chart. Powerful. Absolutely ripping. One of the greatest increases in price in S&P 500 history. Everybody knows that. This amplitude here is crazy. Crazy high. All right? Now, I do want to bring to everybody's attention something here, and this is really important. Stay with me. I know the video is getting kind of long, but stay with me because this time right here that we're in is really important to try to get proper analysis, okay? So this is the Big Daddy forecast. For those that don't know, I know a lot of you do know, but those that don't know, this is a predictive algorithm, okay? It's my own indicator that I've created over a period of like a year or more, okay? And it's really good at some things. And one of the things it's really good at is when a number gets really high, like this one. Right now, we're at 446. Okay, that's pretty high. Okay, so let's go back over here and look at a number like this. See, 464. Okay, just keep your eye on this, inside this circle right there. Just keep your eye on this number right there. It's going to change, okay? So right now, today, it's 446, or this month. Okay, but I'm going to go back and look at some other times where we got really peaky. Okay, so let's look at this one. This one was 420. That was right before the pandemic, get your 5 booster shots and wear 5 face diapers event, okay? And then over here, we had this little sickly looking candlestick back here. It was at 464. That's huge. And we can see the prices really didn't decline much, even though we had this huge Big Daddy number, okay? So it doesn't always happen, okay? But it's important to understand things within context, all right? So now let's take a look at today. Hey, one more look back here. Okay, we did have 2 months of decline here. So what was the range? 97, guys. So the next 2 months were down after this big 464. It may not look like a big deal because they look so small right here. That's because this massive event is so huge. It's dwarfing all these other candlesticks, makes them look small. But the reality is they're not small. Okay. Because I got to ask you, is 90, this one was 127. This little this candlestick right here that apparently looks really small, this one. Is 127 points small? No, it's not. It's huge. A lot of money was made in that candlestick, even though it looks small compared to where we're at today. Okay, what about the month after that? It had a 97 range, and almost all of it was down. That's the next candlestick right after it. Okay, that one. Okay, so we had this huge Big Daddy number of 464 right there. And then we had 2 months that were, I'm not going to say that the stock market crashed or anything, but it gave us a heads up that something was going to be a stall in pricing for a couple months, okay? And you just need to be prepared to properly plan your trading. That's all. It's really helpful information, right? That's the whole point. The whole point is to help you be better prepared for your trading. So now where are we at today? Well, we're at 446. And yeah, it's a pretty big number. It's one of the biggest numbers that we've had in quite a few months. Okay? Let's see, what was this one here? That was 438. And the one before the pandemic booster shot was 420. So guess what? We haven't had any numbers higher on the Big Daddy from this point all the way back to, probably back to there. Okay? That's like 5 years. So yeah, we want to pay attention to this monthly number. It's huge. And we've got this huge amplitude percent, which yesterday was 29.67 because I remember things like that, and today it's 29.66, so it really hasn't moved. Okay, we got a cluster of 3 warning signals on the SMI telling us, hey, we need to be cautious because things could be getting out of control, okay? So be aware of that. All right. Now, we don't see any red candlesticks on the monthly chart either, right? So we're not going to say the sky's falling yet. Okay, one last look at the daily. Okay, so what do I think for right now? I think there's some warnings on the daily chart that we need to be aware of. Okay, I think we could potentially go to all-time new highs at any moment. You know, tomorrow could go to all-time new highs, and especially since today finished only 6 little measly points below it. Could easily bust out the all-time high tomorrow. Okay, Fridays are a little weird, so you never know what's going to happen on a Friday, right? But I do think all-time highs are potentially in the picture. Okay, now the last thing I want to talk about is I'm about to share the hourly chart with the members, okay? Premium members, $5.95 members. Okay, the general public doesn't get to see that. That's more of a fine-tuned few minutes that I talk about the hourly chart with the premium members, and they can fine-tune with their own strategies using my educational-only paper trade videos, right? I don't give financial advice. Nobody in the premium membership ever asked me for financial advice, and even if they do, I don't give it to them. But what they do is take the videos, they include everything we just did right here, plus the hourly chart. I even talked to some of my premium members a little bit about the 5-minute charts. As a matter of fact, one of my members today on the Discord server, you get to join the Discord server. You're going to get a link. You can come join the community. And for example, today I talked with one of the members. We had a little chat back and forth about the 5-minute chart on crude oil. Okay, you're not going to get that by looking at these videos for public consumption. Okay, you got to be a premium member for that. Okay, so take advantage of it. Okay, as I said earlier in the video, $5.95. I keep it inexpensive for a reason, so that a lot of people can participate. They can get it on the cheap, but they're getting high quality content. Okay, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Okay, and don't forget to click that little bell to be notified of all the videos I put them out. Till next time, premium members, I'm about to do the hourly part. I'm going to attach it into this. You'll get that for you alone. Talk to you all real soon again next time.